So do today is I'm going to do I'm going to go through our sort of like breathe, how we breathe for breath holds, and then we're going to do a fun static one breath recovery workout. So with the static one breath recovery workout, what we're effectively going to try to do is go for we're going to hold our breath for 8 minutes. Only allowing ourselves to have one breath every time we breathe. Then we'll rest for a little bit and we'll go again for 8 minutes. And if you guys are still amped, you'll see. I don't know how intense the exercise will be for you and if you're going to be ready and rearing. We'll just play it by happy to go for round 3. 3 is a really good, number.
So I can tell you the price if you want to get it ready.
Yeah. All right. So I got a quick message from one of the patrons asking me some questions about breathing. Let me read it before I do my rant. So let me, just because I'll make sure I'll answer this question in the rant, or maybe I'll have to add extra rant to match it. So question for today, Adam. While doing breath after exhale, the body can't resist CO2 levels for too long. Is it because our body is trained to deal with such depleted levels of CO2?
You speak to the after hours, Reg. Reg, go home.
I'm just going to put Dan on pause because Dan is in a hospital somewhere doing something fun. I'm going to do my rant and then I'm going to get onto this one at the end because this will be a tangent. So anyway, so how do we breathe for breath holds? I think the interesting thing about this topic is that it has changed as the years have gone on. So we used to, right, and we used to call it the breathe up because we would breathe up for the breath hold. It would be an aggressive, fast breathing style, which we now know as hyperventilation. But, in the past, we would breathe up. Whereas now we're kind of trying more to breathe down. And I think many freediving education systems over the years have developed different breathing styles that are aimed at slowing breathing down, not hyperventilating. But the truth is that as the years have gone on, what all of these agencies have realized is that as soon as you teach someone to do any form of manipulation, they will inevitably hyperventilate. So I'll give you an example of that. In the past, I used to teach, doing a 5-second inhale, before a breath hold. I'd say, 1 or 2 minutes, inhale for 5 seconds, exhale for 10 seconds. And it was really relaxing. People were like, woo, getting this great zone with it. It was great. But here's the thing, right? So hyperventilation is when we breathe or respirate in excess for the level of activity that the body is doing. So before a dive or before a breath hold, we are immobile. So we have to breathe as if we were immobile. Because if we don't, then we affect how the body holds its breath afterwards. So now let's go back to this example of inhaling for 5, exhaling for 10. Out of curiosity, has anyone ever been taught that? Has anyone ever been taught to inhale for 5 seconds, exhale for 10 seconds, something like that? More or less, yeah. I think most of us were, Some of you have learned with me were taught that at an earlier stage. Holger just did a thumb. I didn't know you could do thumbs up on your screen, but that's cool. Right? Yeah. Functionality, Zoom functionality. So now, here's the question. So, in order to not hyperventilate, we can't breathe in excess for the level of activity that we're doing. So when we are at rest, our body's natural rate of breathing is tidal breathing. We inhale roughly 15 times per minute, and we inhale and exhale roughly half a liter of air per breath. Now, when you're not thinking about breathing, right? When your body is breathing with your parasympathetic nervous system, when you're not thinking about it, that's what you do. You do tidal breathing. So in a minute, you will inhale and exhale 7.5 liters of air, when we're breathing unconsciously. So now let's move back to this example of doing a 5-second inhale and a 10-second exhale. If I'm doing a 5-second inhale and a 10-second exhale, that means that if I inhale more than close to 2 liters of air per breath, or I have to keep it on, be pretty much just under 2 liters of air per breath, because any more than that, and I'll inhale and exhale more than 7.5 liters of air, right? Because 5 in, 10 out, gives 4 breaths per minute. So each breath would have to be like just under 2 liters to meet that 7.5 liter requirement. So who believes that they can control exactly how much volume of air they're going to breathe with that 5-second inhale and that 10-second exhale? Who's going to do it? Who is going to really be like, that's 2 liters? And the answer is no one, right? Because we all have the natural tendency to hyperventilate. We all will. And what we found was that literally every single student hyperventilated. Just every single one. Because we couldn't teach people to be active about breathing without them over-breathing. Yeah, Deepesh?
Could we ask Derek to mute his phone in the meantime? Could we ask Derek to mute his phone in the meantime?
Oh.
Yeah, it's hard to hear you at times.
Sorry, I got caught up in my rant, but thank you, Derek. So then how do we breathe before a breath hold? And the answer is tidal breathing. So the answer is you don't try to change anything. So I suppose like the new style is, or the way that we could sum it all up is, in short, we do not manipulate the breath before a breath hold. We don't think about breathing at all. None at all. So I'm going to do a little exercise with you guys. And I've done this exercise with some of you guys who've been here for a while, but so if you want to jump in and do it. And if not, you can watch. So everyone, we're going to sit down or lay down and get yourself nice and comfortable. And I want you to just follow my voice along. All right.
Okay, just a very quick question for you, Alan.
Yeah.
So, for example, in the teaching last weekend in Sydney for the total beginner, you still teach like 5 in 10 exhale, or you start with the tidal breath now?
Everything is just the tidal breath.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah. All right. So I want you all to close your eyes, and I want you to place your mind into your feet. Just place your attention and your awareness into your feet. Now, I want to make sure, I want you to relax your toes. I want you to relax your toes as much as possible. And I want you to now move your mind along and relax the muscles all along the underside of your feet. Now relax your heels. Relax your ankles now. Just in that joint, just let it all hang loose and be disengaged. Now move your mind up through your legs. You're going to start moving along the shin and the calf. And make sure the backs of your legs, make sure the calves are just totally disengaged. Make sure they're totally relaxed. Now, put your mind into your knees. Make sure your knees are fully disengaged. Make sure they are relaxed. No activation whatsoever. Slowly move your mind into your thighs. Make sure the front of your thighs, your quads and your quadriceps, and the backs of your thighs, your hamstrings, make sure they are disengaged. Everything should feel heavy, as if it were just sinking down into the ground. Now move your mind up through your hips. Those big joints there, disengage them. Remove all the tension. Keep everything loose, disengaged, relaxed. Everything around your groin and your pelvis and your bum, all loose, all disengaged. And now I want you to take a moment to pay attention to your breathing, how you're breathing. Is it slow? Is it shallow? Is it relaxed? Are you breathing in the same way that you might breathe when you were trying to fall asleep? Keep moving the mind now. We're going to move it up the back, the lower back. Relaxing the spine, vertebrae by vertebrae, as you move higher and higher up the back. Relaxing the shoulder blades. Move the mind to the stomach. Relax your lower stomach. Move it along your abdominal wall. And relax your upper stomach now. All the muscles in your stomach are disengaged. Now move your mind up into your ribs, your intercostal muscles. Relax everything there. Relax your chest. Relax your shoulders. Relax your arms, your biceps, your triceps. Relax your forearms. Relax your wrists and your hands and your fingers. Move the mind to the throat and the neck and relax everything there. Now relax all the muscles in your face. Let the face go loose and slack. And the head as well. Let it just sink and feel heavy. And shift your attention now to your breathing. How are you breathing? Is it passive, relaxed, slow, shallow? You're doing breathing now. And that is how you breathe before a breath hold. You relax, or you focus on nothing but relaxation, and you try to not manipulate your breathing at all. All right, so come back, guys. Come back to the world. Yeah. Cool. So how was that?
Beautiful.
Yeah.
Relaxing.
So, yeah.
Yeah. I almost fell asleep.
Awesome as usual.
Oh, sorry?
Awesome as usual.
Oh, good.
It kind of feels like you breathe very, very shallow until you say, how do you breathe? And then it feels like you have to breathe
I
more.
was having chickpeas.
Yes, for sure. It's like as soon as someone draws attention to breathing, or as soon as you think about breathing, you immediately start to manipulate the breath.
So you tricked us.
Yes, I tricked you. That's
No, the mind.
yeah, I played with your brain, Seb.
More than one time, Adam. More than one time.
All I did was I shifted your attention to allow your body's natural breathing rhythms to take over. And that's what you should be doing when you're preparing for a breath hold. Your focus should be on relaxation. So, I mean, I personally like to have a purpose at every moment in time in my training. And when I'm breathing in between my breath holds, there's a focus. And the focus is to not manipulate my breath, to let the natural rhythms of breathing take over my body, and to focus my mind on relaxation and disengagement. And then my body takes over and does what it needs to do. Now, so we basically tidal breathe until the final breath, right? And then you go and hold your breath. Now, when we are beginning, right, or when we might not have like a really developed CO2 tolerance, there is leeway. Like there has to be leeway, right? Because with just tidal breathing, without quite a strong, like trained tolerance to CO2, you'll get the O's to breathe really, really fast, quickly. Now, so what we do is we allow, depending on the diver, based on your level and your experience and what you want to get out of it as well, up to 3 purge breaths before the actual final breath. A purge breath is not like a full breath. A purge breath is a inhale into the chest without moving the chest. So I'm going to show you first like how much air I can get into my chest when I manipulate my chest, when I open it up. Here's what it looks like. A fair amount of air. This is me taking a chest breath without manipulating, without opening my chest up. Significantly less. Give that a go. So first try a full chest breath where you like open the chest up and you inhale deeply into it. Good. And then try a breath into the chest where you don't open up. You just stay neutral, normal, and just inhale.
Yeah, it blocks.
Significantly smaller. So that chest breath without manipulation, that is our purge breath. Which is, you know, if we were to measure it, would be like, you know, if we're saying a tidal breath is 0.5 liter of air per breath, a purge breath is probably anything from 1.5 to maybe 2 liters of air. Just to give you like an idea. If your full breath is like 6. Cool. Yeah, Deepesh?
What's the key influence of the purge breath? Like, apart from, we're already doing the relaxation through the tidal breath. What's the key implication of the purge breath as such?
Basically, it's to hyperventilate a little bit. It's controlled hyperventilation because it's basically just like an acknowledgement that tidal breathing can be tough, even though it is the best type of breathing for performance. It can often make the urge to breathe come too early for like the average diver or an untrained or lesser trained diver. So just to make it a bit easier so we can be fun.
Yeah, got it. Thanks.
Yeah. In like ideally, you should be all trying to move away from purging. You should all be all trying to move towards just tidal breathing. But it's obviously totally fine if you're not there yet. Cool.
Adam, so purge breath is you only use the lung volume, or you have a full breath then purge exhale the lung volume.
So this is how it would kind of go. We'll be laying here tidal breathing. And then usually what I'll say is, oh, hey guys, there's 30 seconds left. You think, okay, 30 seconds, it's about time for 3 deeper breaths. And you do 1, 2, 3. Final breath. Breath hold. Cool?
Okay.
Cool.
I mean, it doesn't matter about the lung volume, about something.
Oh, it doesn't matter. It'll be, you know, we can't make it measured to your lung volume. And your lung volume is you know, tailored to your body, and it doesn't really matter. Just all you need to do is a breath into the chest without opening up the chest.
I mean, the diaphragm is totally disengaged.
Yes, you relax everything except just the upper chest is not involved.
Okay.
It does not come to the party. Cool. So, what now? Now let's hold our breath. Deepesh, you have some questions to me. So what was it? Correct me if I'm wrong here. The question is, when you exhale, you get an earlier urge to breathe, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
When we exhale and then we try to hold.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
In short, you know, with less, like, okay, so the more gas you have in your lungs, the more the CO2 can be diluted by other gases before hitting the receptors and firing off the urge to breathe. So you exhale, and there's less, like, the percentage of gas in your lungs that is CO2 will be higher. So it just triggers an earlier urge to breathe.
Yep.
Yeah. And that's another reason, obviously, why learning how to take a bigger final breath, you know, over time will really improve your breath holding ability, because the more gas in the lungs, the more the CO2 can be diluted. You'll get a later urge to breathe.
Got it. Like one of my follow-up questions was that when we are doing this hypercapnic hold, like after exhale, it would be basically enhance our CO2 tolerance.
Yes.
So in what ratio would you recommend a full air breath hold versus an exhaled air breath hold?
Now that depends at the level of the diver, but I would say for most of us training here, we should be training 90% full inhales and 10% exhales. And you can probably tell that's been about the ratio that I've built in our exhale training sessions.
Okay.
We don't do them super often. And if we do exhale training sessions, they're usually when I'm trying to build you guys up for like a peak, you know, to get ready for some maxes and things like that.
Okay, cool. Thanks.
Pleasure. All right. So 8 minutes. Do your first static breath hold whenever you want to breathe. 1 exhale, 1 inhale. Keep going. Whenever you want to breathe, 1 exhale, 1 inhale. Keep going. And then before we actually start the 8-minute round, just place your focus on tidal breathing, on moving the mind away from thinking about breathing, trying to control your breathing, trying to manipulate the breath. Shift the mind onto relaxation, and let's work with our tidal breathing. If you want to purge, purge. And if you don't want to purge, don't purge. That's cool too. It's cool to purge. It's cool not to purge. Peeing your pants is the coolest. If anyone gets that reference.
I got it.
Yeah. I knew you'd get it, Jeff. I knew you'd watch like early Adam Sandler.
Saw that in theaters.
Yeah. Oh.
Hey, Adam.
Yeah.
Are we aiming for each breath hold to be a similar length?
No, it will inevitably be shorter and shorter and smaller.
Okay.
And that's cool. What will most likely happen is the first breath hold will be the longest, and they'll progressively get shorter.
Yeah.
Just as always, make it happy. As always, make it comfortable and nice, and just roll on like that. All right.
Adam, how much fighting are we?
Sorry?
Are we doing any fighting, or is it just until the first urge to breathe?
That's up to you. I suppose I don't really like to frame it as fighting. If it's comfortable, if you can handle the urge to breathe and you're actually not having a bad time, then keep going. It's all about what you can do. As long as you're happy, keep going. If you're happy having the urge to breathe, if you're happy continuing on with the urge to breathe getting stronger and stronger, keep going. And if not, not. All right. You have 2 minutes to breathe. So let's relax and focus on our relaxation. 2 minutes to breathe. Focusing on relaxation. Trying not to move at all, being completely still. It's been 1 minute, so you've got 1 more minute to breathe. $30. 20 seconds. 10 seconds, getting ready. And 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. 8 minutes has begun. And just relax. After taking this full breath, just move your mind into your stomach. Disengage that stomach. Relax it. Let it pop out and feel loose. Make sure that diaphragm below is also relaxed. Let it pop out, be loose. The ribs, the chest, the shoulders, shoulder blades, the back. Nothing around the lungs should have any tension or engagement. Good. First breath hold always feels a little bit weird. Just accept the feelings, embrace the feelings. We know that the more we hold our breath, the more the dive reflex will turn on, the easier things get, the better we feel, the smoother it all is. Good. It's been 1 minute 30 now. 1 minute 30. And you breathe whenever you like. You get one exhale, one inhale, and we go again. That's 2 minutes now. It's been 2 minutes. 1/4 of the way through our 8-minute block. I'm just going to call out the time every 30 seconds. That's 2 minutes 30 now. That's 3 minutes. Just keep in mind that this is our first round of breath holds. You won't be warmed up. We did no breathing, stretching, or anything like that beforehand. So feeling a bit tight, feeling a bit tense, this is totally normal. The more we breath hold, the easier and better things are going to feel. That's 3 minutes 30 again. Doing really well. You decide how long you have an urge to breathe. You decide how many contractions you have. You decide the intensity of the workout. That's 4 minutes. We're halfway through. Four minutes 30 now. Another 30 seconds has gone by. That's 5 minutes. There's 3 minutes remaining. One exhale, one inhale, and then we go. That's 5:30. That's 6 minutes. 3/4 of the way through, 2 minutes to go. 6 minutes 30. Seven minutes, 1 minute remaining. Seven 30 seconds left. 20 seconds. 10 seconds. And 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's all breathe. Yay! Good stuff. Very nice. So how was that?
That's like playing tug of war against a. It's like playing tug of war against a boulder.
Against a boulder or against yourself? Was the 8 minutes long enough, or was it too long, or was it just right? Okay. Good. I would like for you guys to do your best not to keep time. Does that make sense? I know that it's natural to want to know how long you've been going for on each one, but it's not super important for this kind of an exercise. And the benchmarks that we get in this kind of exercise are not really an indication of anything. This is just a good CO2 workout and getting you comfortable with CO2. You can think of this one if we're thinking of like how to place this workout. It has a very similar motivation as getting you to do like the over-under simulations or hypercapnic breathing or hypercapnic walking. You know what I mean? That's what we're kind of aiming for. It's a workout to make you more comfortable with the urge to breathe and to increase your tolerance to it, but not necessarily, this workout is not necessarily going to increase the period of time before you actually get the urge to breathe, just so you know. This is about comfort. So just focus on that as opposed to recording the time. If you want something to think about, maybe try to just take less breaths than you did on the previous one, if you want a measurement of it. But anyway, let's get ready for number 2. Yeah! You ready? All right, so everyone, you have 2 minutes to breathe. Getting nice and still, focusing on our relaxation. That's the focus. Focus on nothing but our stillness and our relaxation. 1 minute remaining.
Mm-hmm.
30 seconds. Twenty seconds. 10 seconds, getting ready. And 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And our 8 minutes has begun. Good work, guys. Keep the body loose, keeping the body disengaged. That's 1 minute 30 now. You've just hit 2 minutes, so we're 1/4 of the way through. That's 2 minutes 30. That's 3 minutes now. Just trying to be as still as possible. That's 3 minutes 30 seconds. That's 4 minutes. We're halfway through. If your face is starting to feel hot, if you feel hot in the lungs, that's all totally normal. Such a high amount of CO2 with so minimal breathing will lead to those kind of sensations. Just try to relax and accept them. That's 4 minutes 30 now. That's 5 minutes now. 3 minutes remaining. Five minutes and 30 seconds. At 6 minutes, we're 3/4 of the way through, 2 minutes remaining. We will do a third round, I think. What I'll get you guys to do is to, as soon as the 8 minutes finishes, we're just gonna stay relaxed, stay laying down or sitting down, and just start breathing for 2 minutes, then we'll go for another round of 8. It's been 6:30. That's 7 minutes now. At 7:30, 30 seconds left. "20 seconds. 10 seconds. And breathing in. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and breathe. 2 minutes recovery has begun, and then we'll go into the round. Wahahaha. Be as still as you can. The more you move, the more you interfere with your blood vessel constriction. So the more our dive reflex engages, the more we hold our breath, all the blood vessels in our extremities are shrinking, pushing the blood to our core so we can be more efficient with the oxygen in our body. The more that you move, the more you stop that from happening. We just want to do our very best to be as still as we can be. 1 minute, 1 minute remaining. Thirty seconds. 20 seconds. 10 seconds. Getting ready. And 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. The 8 minutes has begun. Take that final breath and then just move the focus immediately to keeping everything relaxed, especially around the lungs. Relax stomach, relax back, chest, ribs, shoulders, everything. That's been 1 minute 30. Doing really well. 1 minute 30 already. Holding on for as long as we're comfortable, whether that's before an urge to breathe begins or whether that's with quite an intense urge to breathe, whatever you're comfortable with. And then 1 exhale, 1 inhale, and we go again. 2 minutes. It's normal if your throat is starting to feel maybe a little bit strained or sore. Is our vocal cords are fold, which is separating the lungs from the mouth, stopping the air from coming out. Can get fatigued after staying closed for so long. So what you can do is push your tongue up against the roof of the mouth and just let the air move into the mouth. That's 2:30. You'll feel like as if you have some full cheeks, but that's totally fine. Good. That's 3 minutes now. That's 3:30. That's 4 minutes. We're halfway through. That's 4:30. That's 5 minutes. 3 minutes left. In total, you will have spent 24 minutes with elevated CO2, which is a great workout. That's 5:30. That's 6 minutes. 2 minutes left. That's 6:30. That's 7 minutes. 1 minute left. At 7:30, 30 seconds remaining. $20 seconds. $10 seconds. And we're all breathing in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and breathe. And relax. Woo! Good work. Very nice. How is that? Who has thoughts and or feelings to share?
Feels like a lead blanket on you.
Yeah.
We all win at the same time.
Yeah. Did you get hot?
Yeah, man, sweaty.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, I got hot.
Yeah, that's a lot of CO2 in that kind of a workout, and you never get rid of it. Do you know what I mean? Like you're never getting rid of enough to at any point in time cool down or stop the urge to breathe or anything. You know what I mean? Like it's can be quite intense.
But the stillness is stronger, or
yes,
because of CO2.
And because of so many breath holds. You know, you're doing so many breath holds.
because of the rhythm of the CO2.
Yeah, exactly. So getting lost in the rhythm of breath holding is a huge, I suppose, springboard to use for entering flow state and for deeper levels of relaxation.
I had the bug crawling on my skin.
I saw.
I got it.
Oh, cool. Who else has some thoughts and some feelings?
It was super hot. Look, my cheeks are like extremely red, and I feel a lot of contraction. Like,
yeah, for sure. Yeah. I mean, like, it was funny. I think halfway through the second one, I was like, oh God, I bet they're all sweating by now. And I thought I'd mention it. I was like, if you're feeling hot, that is normal. Oh, beautiful. All right.
It's a hot day here as well.
Oh,
so
is it?
Yeah, it's like 25 today.
Look at you in the Northern Hemisphere enjoying your summer.
Here is
Tropical.
33.
Tropical Sweden, you know?
Yeah.
It's winter here and we had 24 today, so it's not too bad.
True. Yeah, zero complaints. It was a sunny day. I was at the beach all day with Ellie, just hanging out while Erin was working. Edit that vlog. Edit the vlog. Cool, guys. All right. Well, does anyone have anything they want to chuck in or add before we skedaddle?
I think you could almost name the urges to breathe, right? They get after a while. It's just like, oh, I know you bugger. Now.
On the topic of naming things, Deepesh, so I did more CrossFit than I do now, but I love CrossFit. And in CrossFit, all the workouts are named. They all have, usually ladies' names. And it was so funny. I was sitting here the other day. I think you guys were doing some long breath holds, and I had some time to think. And I thought about starting to name the workouts after, like, you guys. So we have Yana workouts. You know what I mean? We know what those are. And I was starting to think about, like, all your different styles and strengths, and starting to name the workouts that, like, were tuned to you as your name. So that's gonna begin.
I like that thing.
I think it'll be fun. You might not like the workout type you get. Who knows? You know.
I want to.
It's Adam's Chinese zodiac of breath holds.
Totally. That is exactly what it is. I was like, all right, guys, tonight we're doing a Jeff workout. It's gonna be this.
Jeff apnea walk.
Yeah.
You just end up saying the name.
I think that's mine.
Yeah, well, I can now. If I say, "Hey guys, we're doing a Yana breath hold," you're like, "Oh yeah, sweet, no contractions." So if we're doing max breath holds, I think we call them froggies.
Brandon.
Yeah.
Thanks, team.
Cool. All right.
Adam, my first breathing was like the longest one after the stop, after the pause. How to make the other ones like a little bit longer, like the first one?
There is no way. unless you breathe really early on the first one, but every single breath hold, you'll begin with more CO2, so they'll get harder and harder and harder and harder.
Is it for you? Is it for you for professional, or did you have the consistency of the deeper and deeper, or more and more, or is that equal for each of us?
We are all mortals, Ivan. We are all humans. So I mean, the only difference would be is maybe I would go for longer between, right? Maybe I'd take less breaths. Maybe not. You guys are getting really good at holding your breath. Deepesh, sorry, what were you going to say before?
I was feeling a lot of stiffness in this part of my, like, around my neck area. Yeah.
Coronavirus.
Sorry?
Coronavirus.
Oh.
What are these muscles called again? They start with a C, don't they?
Those are the sternocleidomastoids.
Oh, they are.
No, the muscles.
Aren't the sternocleidomastoids down here? Or the ones that can?
They're the ones that go from here down to your clavicle.
Okay, I always made a point of remembering those because my name is in it. But I would say, Deepesh, maybe that like I think that like tension in the neck or stiffness in the neck is a really normal thing in breath holds where the urge to breathe can be quite early and intense, especially how many breath holds we did. So I would just say there's nothing to take away from that besides the fact that you can relax more, but we all know that, and it's something that we're all working on all the time.
Yep, you got it.
Cool.
Thanks.
All right, beautiful people. I'm going to go and eat some Chinese food that Erin ordered and put a baby to bed. I'll catch you guys on Wednesday, if not Friday. Have a fantastic day or morning or afternoon. See you all very soon.
Bye, Adam.
Thank you.
Bye, guys. See you later.
Thank you.
Bye, everyone.
Bye, guys.
Bye all.